Hi there, my name is Taylor Montgomery, and this is my partner,
Craig Robinson,
and we hail from the South Putnam FFA chapter
in the Hoosier State of Indiana.
We are in Plant Systems.
Division 6, to be more specific.
So, our project was entitled Testing the Effectiveness of Miracle-Gro Fertilizer versus Compost in Promoting Plant Growth. Now that specifically is in radishes. So kind of how our experiment was set up. So to visualize for you here. So Craig grew 3 trays of radishes in 3 different trials, and so did I. But Craig fertilized his trays with compost, and I fertilized mine with Miracle-Gro fertilizer. We just kind of wanted to balance out that kind of trials and testing and make the work fair between the two of us.
So our project topic was selected through Taylor and I's mutual interest in the environment, as well as a desire to take this interest and apply it to the agricultural world.
Everyone call us tree huggers, but so we gained several skills from this experiment. First and foremost, of course, was communication. Craig and I had to maintain a high level of communication between ourselves to ensure that the conditions for each of the trays at each of our separate houses were as similar as they possibly could be to eliminate any outside influence. We also had to make sure the timing on the trials was the same, and so on and so forth. You can imagine. I won't bore you with the details. Craig and I also had to practice good measurement skills and in taking accurate measurements as well as recording them. We had to keep those results recorded and in a space that was accessible for both of us. We also gained some valuable skills in learning how to interpret and come to conclusions with data and notice all the trends that we saw within the results of our own experiment.
Right. And some overarching knowledge that we gained from performing this fantastic experiment is the decomposition process and how it works in relation to compost, as well as soil fertility and soil health qualities, such as the nutrients that go into soil that plants use to grow. An example of this would be nitrogen. Nitrogen plays a huge role in photosynthesis and those processes, as well as its role in chlorophyll production.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So we had a little bit of help in this project, as you can imagine. Our collaborators included our advisors, Amanda King and Cassie Lehman. Now, Miss King and Miss Lehman kind of took the ball of energy that is Craig and I and kind of directed that towards a achievable goal. They helped us get started and where we needed to look for research, and they helped us kind of point us towards what materials we needed to gather in order to start this experiment.
An added collaborator whose assistance we greatly needed when performing this project was our own parents and our families at large. With performing our experiments and this project as a whole at our own homes, we needed great financial assistance as well as facilities for this project, and our families and parents provided that for us.
Definitely. It also gave us all an opportunity to empty out the fridge and the freezer and the pantry of all that old produce and old food so we could put it in the compost and use it later. Don't forget to do it, kids. It's important and it takes a while if you put it off. The results of our experiment, we found that compost, on average, of the trials that we ran and the trays that we grew, radishes fertilized with compost grow 2.94 millimeters more than those radishes that were fertilized with Miracle-Gro fertilizer. So the conclusion that Craig and I drew was that compost is more effective in promoting plant growth, and radishes specifically, than Miracle-Gro fertilizer.
Now, you're probably wondering, well, what can I do with this knowledge from this experiment? Well, I'm glad you asked. With the knowledge from our experiment and the results that we were provided, you as at-home gardeners and possibly even small family farmers can take this knowledge with you into your own agricultural pursuits and use it to help grow plants.
Now, this isn't to say that you can't bring this into commercial farming. Now, commercial farming is just going to take a lot more time and effort to get that compost set up and started. But the benefits in the end with the plant growth, the plant health, and the overall yield it's going to provide far outweigh that initial time and cost investment.
Right. We hope you had as much fun as we did with this project and getting down and dirty with your compost.
Now, we know it's nothing to soil your pants over, but Craig and I really are plant nerds, and we really enjoy compost and really trying to encourage other agriculturalists to be as concerned about the environment as we are, and to continue to maintain that great relationship that we have going on between agriculture and the environment. Thank you for taking your time today to judge us.